Okay, can we start?
Sure.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and good afternoon to our examiner, Puan Asila, Dr. Nisrin and other lecturers and our fellow friends. Today we would like to present our CAPSTONE project, which the title is Factor Affecting Student Perception Toward Online Banking Transaction in Malaysia, a case study in KPTM Bangi. So before we start, I would like to present myself. Yusnabil Naim bin Muhammad Sri, and this is my group mate, Muhammad Amir Ashraf, Syahidah Hamiza, and Nabila Sulaiman. So the introduction for this topic is right now there are many facilities which make more people or customer more easier to use, and banks are one of the institutions who like to deliver better facilities to satisfy a customer demand. So this research is online banking is an e-payment system that allowing client to make a financial transfer to another website or institution, whether to make a service payment or maybe to buy a goods from the website. The second one is we want to make a research to explore the factor that influence the perception of the customer, especially towards students, on widespread internet banking use. And the last one is we want to know and make a finding whether is any relationship or not between the causes and the effect of the factor that influence the view of online banking service. So next, Syahidah Hamiza.
So the next one would be the problem statement. The first one would be the consumer expectations are crucial consideration for banks to remain competitive in this banking field. This is because the view of the consumer allows banks to maintain their current customer and also gain their new customer at once. This is stated by Omoroji Ito 2019. The second one would be the lack of awareness of the customer perception also contribute to business loss. This could also cause a big effect on the credibility and also the reputation of a bank in a negative way. So it is not easy to satisfy the requirements or needs of most of the customers because there are some issues that will be there are some issues with the improvement of the banking sector. So banking institutions should also understand the customer point of view before introducing any new plans. This is according to Bush and Dutch 2018. So for your information, in Malaysia, the overall usage of internet banking, the overall usage of internet number have increased from 78.79% to 84.21% between 2016 and also 2019. This is according to World Bank 2020. Although there has been an increase in the trend of using online banking development in Malaysia, however, the adoption rates of online banking in Malaysia are considered to be lower compared to other Asian countries. This is stated by Lee 2017. So building a long-term partnership with customer can be the biggest need for global and also local banks to retain their position on the market, compete on the market and compete worldwide. Therefore, banks should also consider how consumers in various countries, cultures, background, and also use their service offline and online. So the next one would be the objective for this research. The first one is to study the main factors affecting student perception towards online banking transactions. So in this study, we chose four factors. That is self knowledge and self-efficacy, ease of use, commitment, and also technology revolutions. So the second one would be to compare the student perceptions toward the online banking transaction concerning factors, namely knowledge, and sale efficacy, ease of use commitment, and also technology revolutions. So for the online service banking, we chose Maybank to you, CIMB Click, Bank Islam, PSN, and also other banks that are available. So the next one would be methodology and data analysis. We'll pass to Nabila Sulaiman.
Okay, next is methodology and data analysis. Okay, for our research design, we choose quantitative research method. These methods allow us to test a hypothesis by systematically collecting and analyzing data. It also leads to accurate and trustworthy results. Other than that, we use this method to evaluate the relationship between variables and the effect. Next, for the sampling. Sampling, we choose cluster sampling method. This sampling divide a population into cluster or small groups that are most easily to reach. So next is instruments. Okay, we provide the student with questionnaire via Google Form. The question consists based on the four independent variable. To recognize their perception, we use a Likert scale, which is a method of psychometric response scale to specify the level of agreement of the respondent. And the last one is analysis. To test research question and data analysis, we are using a software program that called as Statistical Package of Social Science, which is SPSS. As we can see, we use four analyses to investigate whether positive or negative the relationship variables. So first one, frequency analysis. Based on the total respondents, the main objective of this analysis is to know the demographic profile of the respondents, such as their gender, course, semester of year, family, monthly income, type of banking that they use, and how many times they use online banking, such as daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly. Second, descriptive analysis. This analysis it is used to summarize the basic features of the data collect. And the third one, reliability. If the alpha is more than 0.6, the static was considered have good reliability. For our result, we got 0.922, which is very reliable. Okay, next is simple linear regression. Okay, they are simple linear defined as relationship between the variables of the survey data. It also known as a method to predict the relationship of the data between two variables. Our results showed that there was a strong relationship between dependent variable and independent variable because the value is less than 0.05. It proved that this model was significant. So next, I will pass to Amir Ashraf.
Okay, next we move to findings. So in findings, we have descriptive analysis, simple linear regression analysis, and reliability analysis. So the first one in descriptive analysis, perceptions for online banking transaction, which is this is also our dependent variable. So the highest mean is 4.5707 is I find that online banking is useful. And then the next one is knowledge and self-efficacy is our independent variable. So the highest mean is 4.4683, which is I know how to use online banking. And the next one is ease of use, also our independent variable, which the highest mean is 4.4927, which is I think it is easy and fast to complete transactions via online banking. And the next one is commitment. So for commitment, the highest mean is for 4.3415, which is online banking help me in daily transaction. And the last independent variable is technology revolution. The highest mean is 4.4634, which is I can access online banking anywhere. So for simple linear regression, as you can see, the result is below the p-value is below 0.05, which is show a significant relationship between dependent variable and independent variable. Then for reliability analysis, the result is 0.922 as mentioned previously by Bella. So the result shows 0.922 show a um, very reliable analysis because the value is up to until 0.9, which is good. And then last but not least, the dependent variable, which is perceptions toward online banking transaction, and all the variable shows a positive impact on this research. Next, I will pass to Islam.
So the discussion and recommendation. So the limitation in this project is the essential determinant are lacking the other limits, which mean the four independent variables that we include in this finding are not critically affect overall the student perception. Maybe there are many other importance have been overlooked in the analysis, such as the quality of online banking. The second one is the generalizability of findings may be limited, which means our scopes in this capstone projects focus on a small group, which is KPT and Bangi. So maybe the strengths of the hypothesis to be less effective and accurate. And the third one is the intention will change in time to time. In other words, the student perception will change over the time, such as, for example, right now we having a COVID-19 problem, so everyone is not allowed to go out. So they use online banking for buying or make a payment for now. Maybe after MCO, the online banking is not suitable anymore. We don't know. So next is our recommendation. The respondents should be more wider to other university and colleges to get more reliable outcome. Because in this project, we just focus on the KPT and Bangi, as I stated before. So maybe we can open to other universities such as UPM, UKM, and others. The next one is analysis should not concentrate at one region. As I stated before, in KPTM students in Selangor. So maybe the perceptions out of another region such as Kelantan or Pantai Timur, they have different surroundings and environment. So maybe the perception is different and can affect the outcome of this project. And last one is the independent variable include to solve factor limitation problem. The independent variable that in the findings for maybe the other factor that we not stated in this project, such as the trust, security, and safety, quality, maybe can make more suitable and can derive this project more influence and more effective. So, Amir?
Okay, so for the conclusion, based on our research in these factors affecting student perception toward online banking transaction in Malaysia, case study in Bangi, we can say that the main factor that affect student perception is, as you can see in the simple linear regression analysis, knowledge and self-efficacy, also technology revolution, because the p-value is 0. And then for the dependent variable and independent variable shows a good and positive relationship between positive relationship between student perception towards online banking transaction in Malaysia. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, presenters. Okay, you're doing quantitative. How many respondents that you got from your
205.
How many? 205. Okay, that's quite a
Yes.
lot. Very good. So, what kind of theory that you use for your research? What is the name of the theory that you use, apply in your research? Any journals that you refer back, name of the theories? Because if you don't have any theory, how come you can come up with the IV and DV? Right? It's not simply like that. You should refer to some paper or established academics paper.
This research usually we based on general of accounting journal that we found in the internet.
Okay, I know in accounting, but then what kind of theory that they use in their study that you actually apply into your current study? There should be a name. No idea? How you develop the framework? Do you have an IV and DV, right? Do you have dependent
Yes.
variables, independent variables? Okay, so which paper, which study that you refer to, and then, okay, did they mention any type of theory? This is a post-adoption behavior. Are you doing behavior study? You're doing a perception towards online banking transactions, right? So suppose there are kind of theory that you refer to before you can build up your framework, your research framework, etc. Okay, never mind. All right. So what is the issues here? What is the main research problem of your study?
The main for us to use this topic is we need to know factors that will influence students to use this online banking because as we can know during this COVID-19 we have to limit um, our movement so that we can prevent from the COVID-19. So we need to know what factors that will influence the student to use online banking. As you can see,
You
yes.
mentioned influence, right?
Yes.
You are not discussing about perception. Are you perceptions or influence? Which one?
Perceptions.
Okay. All right, perception. So
Perceptions.
there were perceptions. Okay, not
perceptions
influence.
that might be that will affect the student.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's part of me. Madam Masila or Madam Wizwa?
No more from me. Madam Masila, you have any question?
No. Any question?
Because this is a study in KPTM Bangi.
I want to know your cluster on sampling, how you choose your own cluster on 205 respondents in KPTM Bangi. How you decide the cluster sampling? Who are you choosing?
Okay, so based on our understanding, this cluster sampling method means that we choose from one region and then we divide the population. So means that we choose KPTM Bagi and then we divide by the cost. So for example, in diploma we have sport management, diploma in accounting, and then business management, and then for degree, we have bachelor accounting student.
Oh, so only among student.
No, we choose from all the courses that have in CAPSTONE banking.
Yalah, that is among student lah.
Among
Yes.
student.
Sorry, I heard you say accounting student only.
But it's what I mean among students. So when you
Yes.
put on Capital Bangi, it's supposedly for the whole person in the Capital Bangi, included staff, academic, non-academic, the supported of staff. So everyone must be included in your researchers because different levels of the ages will be influence of perceptions on e-banking. Actually, when you choose only a student, it's supposedly your topic is supposedly on your student only. Student capital money is more suitable lah because that's why they're more relevant, and your result more very relevant because amount of student. We know student is very good on technology, but we don't know what happened to the older ages like me. So we don't know how their perceptions. Okay, so maybe in future, I hope you widen more. Maybe in your recommendation, you want to focus more than one region. But in one region, in one place, you still not enough on collecting on data because of the cluster. It's supposedly several of cluster. Okay, so in your research, I think only one yang you choose, but difference on department and also programs as all. It's just only student. It's supposed you suppose include everyone in the KPTM. That's my opinion. Okay, so that's all. Thank you.
By the way, on recommendation on the second point, analyze should not concentrate on one region. Are you doing national surveys? Alright, your recommendations, the second point, analysis should not concentrate on one region. So it's not a region. You're
One
not discussing about
survey.
national surveys. Okay. Alright.
Okay, alright. That's all. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, doctor.
Okay, enjoy. Jangan stress.